Oh, hello and welcome everybody to tonight's absolutely fantastic dinosaur action release day for Murders at Karlov Manor. Introducing Archdruids Charm. Absolutely amazing potential for dinosaurs. My goodness. We're going to do a lot of great stuff tonight. A draft for Murders at Karlov Manor. Open up 55 packs. 50 regular, 5 golden packs. I should get pretty much everything I need. Nate, yes, the hype is right. Oh, it's going to be interesting playing a deck. The draft deck, it's not dinos. I know, I play them every single day as much as possible. Doing a different deck on April Fools, but this is a special occasion. And I got to do a rare draft, and we all see how good or maybe not good I do. But it's going to be good. I might squeeze in a match or two after opening up all the packs and maybe talking about what I get, the changes I want to make. Either way, it's going to be very, very nice indeed. Now let's see if I can resize myself here. Yeah. I was just so happy I could find a PNG of the title. Usually, Wizards of the Coast, they provide that in some format for people that want to make content and titles, so I don't have to actually trim around it, which helps in the creation of thumbnails and whatnot. Very, very nice indeed. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, way too big. Oh, getting there. Well, that's probably about right, I think. Way too small. Way too small. Okay. Ready to go. Yeah, thought I'd keep things nice and simple. Queued up. Got the packs all ready. Still have 22,000 gold left. I got the 3 free packs. That's what we're seeing right there. I think we'll save the golden packs for afterwards. Jump in, use my draft token. Now, I could potentially use my draft token first. It's not like it makes a big difference. I'm not going to do a whole lot of drafts or pack openings. Chances are I still will have to use at least a rare wild card or 2 to finish off my playset of Archdruids Charm there. But yeah, let's get right into the business. The good stuff. I might be a little bit tired. There might be some yawning tonight just because I'm staying up late. I get enough sleep though. And sometimes kids, if you have kids or other things that keep you up at night, that tends to do it. We're just going to open 10. Let's speed things up a wee bit. And I just love that animation. Oh, look at all those wild cards. Conspiracy Unraveler. We're getting there. Still quite a few more chances. World Souls Rage, actually, that was suggested. I might try it out. We'll see. X, a red and a green, deal X damage to any target, and I put up to X land cards from my hand and or graveyard onto the battlefield tab. So if an opponent has used Field of Ruin maybe a couple times, I got a few lands in my hand, that could be pretty beneficial for ramping. Taking out one target as well. Could see myself spending 3, maybe 4 for X. Just take out some creature, get a bunch. Maybe it's man lands, but again, maybe it's that Castle Garenbrig. That Blossoming Tortoise is going to get and put onto the battlefield after an opponent destroys it. I'm very excited about that potential. That one, that's pretty nice. That's pretty interesting. I was a little intrigued about Ansrag's. I don't know why that's a tongue twister, but Ansrag's Rampage. Destroy all artifacts you don't control, then exile the top X cards, where X is the number of artifacts that were put into graveyards from the battlefield this turn. I may put a creature card exiled this way onto the battlefield. It gains haste. That could be good. It's hard to say. I don't know that I'm going to be facing a deck with a ton of artifacts and spending 5 and 2 red A deck with lots of blood tokens and treasures would be pretty good, but I would imagine the opponent would just sacrifice everything in response, and then I wouldn't get a whole lot of benefit. It would have to be some sort of artifact that it just stayed there, a food token or something like that. If they'd see this, they would get scared. They may already know I'm playing dinosaurs, and they want to reduce the chance. They want to reduce the number of artifacts being destroyed. Reduce that X number. Interesting. We'll see. Maybe a heavy artifact deck crops up, becomes popular, and then this thing is, well, that's going to be quite helpful indeed. It's like the better Shatterstorm, which costs 2 and 2 red, but it destroys all artifacts and they can't be regenerated. For all you old folks there, that is a term that is not used much. Krenko. Goblins? Hey, if you like goblins, you got a little bit more support, which is quite nice with this. We got tons of dinosaur support. It's nice to give love to other tribes. Tap them, sacrifice an artifact, put a counter on each goblin. Oh, that is nasty stuff. I think that's going to get quite out of control. Maybe you have to add quite a few artifacts. You want to maximize the potential of Krenko here. I think for the most part, a goblin deck has mostly goblins, not too many artifacts to sacrifice, but I don't think it would be too much of a hill to jump up, or run up, or run down, whatever the term is. A Lamplight Phoenix, interesting. Whenever it dies, you may collect evidence 4. If you do, return Lamplight Phoenix to the battlefield tapped. It's kind of like Arclight Phoenix, but I'm not scared of Arclight Phoenix anyway, so we're good. Pretty decent. I'm just excited for those gold packs. That is always the most thrilling thing to open. Ooh. Hopefully I get some of the dual lands, well, I forget the name exactly, but the land that's a forest and a mountain. Enters tapped, surveil 1. We'll see how it goes. You look at the top card, you may put it in your graveyard. Maybe that is a Sunken Citadel, because I know I have Blossoming Tortoise in my hand. Eventually I play the Blossoming. The Sunken Citadel that was put into the graveyard goes onto the battlefield. But that would be a very rare scenario. I would only put a Sunken Citadel or Castle Garenbrig, I guess, into the graveyard if I already had one in my hand. Probably. Oh boy, I can feel it. Archdruids Charm. Archdruids Charm is coming up. Dual lands. Any dual lands. Not that I play a whole lot of white, but it's just nice to see, knowing if and when I do go into other colors, I don't have to redeem too many wild cards. Okay. Oh, all right. This lovely potential green mythic. I don't know that I'll ever really be using it. It would take probably a lot of focus and synergy, tweaking a deck to really maximize its potential. But 1 and 2 green. At the beginning of your upkeep, return target land from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So if you're already doing a lot of mill stuff, Blossoming Tortoise could potentially be that. But that's not a whole lot of mill. I don't think it's enough for this. I would want to probably always be returning a land. I could see a lot of cases where I don't have a land in the graveyard, and the opponent could just have graveyard hate, exiling everything, or just exiling the land that I target. They get a chance to respond, so they could cast something that gets rid of that Sunken Citadel, Castle Garenbrig, whatever land it is, and it would feel extra bad. Yeah. It doesn't seem like it's super impactful. We'll see. But pretty nasty potential, though. for sure in the right deck. Ooh, scary stuff. Cease and desist. I might try that out. Pretty interesting, at least the cease part. One in a green or one in a black, but it would be one in a green. Exile up to 2 cards from a single graveyard. That's what I'm looking for. Target player gains 2 life and draws a card. I get rid of 2 Arclight Phoenixes. Chances are usually it is a max 2. Maybe sometimes it's 3, but let's say it's 2. Boom. Those Phoenixes go away permanently. I gain 2 life and draw a card. Pretty fantastic stuff. I like that, but the desist part, no, I don't like that. Oh, the enchantment before, yes. Oh, definitely. It's got to be impactful. It's got to land. It's got to do something good right away, or maybe the turn afterwards. You have to wait an entire turn to just get a land from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Whew. Maybe it would be pretty good. It wouldn't have been, that broken if it just put the land onto the battlefield untapped. That's not the craziest thing. It's not like you can abuse this, make it happen more than once, perhaps. I love the art, though. It's pretty fantastic stuff. Yeah. Ooh. Nothing I would use, but cool. Well, that is a green thing. That it's not a thing I'll necessarily use, but I am used to creatures with wacky combinations. Ikoria, Lair of Behemoths, which gave us dinosaur, cat, nightmares, and horrors and elementals. Pretty crazy stuff. Cost X less, where X is the total toughness of creatures you control. So it's kind of like a Ghalta Primal Hunger in that sense, except not exactly. Needing 2 blue to have it attack. Yeah, no, excuse me. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there for now. Pretty crazy combination. Hey, I'll talk about a bunch of different cards. I won't completely say it's terrible, even though I won't use it. It's cool to see the stuff they do, even if it's not the greatest thing. I'm used to things that are not the greatest thing. And I've definitely been wrong about potential cards in the past. Realm Walker from Kaldheim. I thought that would be the best thing, the bee's knees for dinosaurs and any other tribal deck. That was not the case, but cool. Leyline of the Guild Pact. Well, speaking of potentially explosive, lovely potential. Mono Green Devotion, we'll see. It's like a thing that doesn't really do anything. It's like an enchantment that just adds to devotion, kind of. Some things care about all colors, maybe multicolored spells. That's my thought. It just maybe makes devotion a little bit better. We'll see. Coveted Falcon. Ooh. When it attacks, gain control of target permanent you own but don't control. That's no fun. I thought it gained control of a creature or something like that. It's not very interesting at all. Oh, Axebane Ferox. Okay. We got the wannabe hexproof card of the set. A couple of them with Ward in the set. But hexproof, I believe, I read somewhere that the designers, they think it's too powerful. So they've gone down the Ward route just because they want a little bit of back and forth. They want the potential of the opponent to take out a creature. So it keeps reminding me whenever I see Ward, Carnage Tyrant is a good thing. Very good. Play a thing the opponent can't target ever, and that's good against a lot. Because a lot of people want to target your creatures. They have answers. This could be pretty hard, maybe. Collect evidence 4. Exile cards with a total mana value 4 or greater from your graveyard. I guess it doesn't seem too bad. If a control player has cast a few spells, that doesn't seem like a very big hoop to jump through. Maybe if this lands early, I could imagine. Turn 3, perhaps the opponent doesn't have anything in their graveyard. That could be hexproof at least for a few turns, and the Death Touch and haste is pretty nice, but well, you can have multiples. It's like the Questing Beast, maybe not quite as good. Maybe it sticks around a little bit, but also pretty easy to target. Pretty scary art. Pretty cool though. Vicious. Two hide in plain sight in this batch of 10 packs. Maybe I should actually read it. I skimmed right over it. Well, we know what we're waiting for. The Archdruids Charm. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Cloak 2. I don't like funny business. I just want to play my stuff. Hasty. Beat 'em up. But you cloak 2 of them. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. To cloak a card, put it on the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature with Ward 2. Well, that's not a big hoop to jump through. I know how easily Ward 2 is, well, spent. Hulking Raptor with that doesn't last too long. Didn't. Although I still love Hulking Raptor for its potential. Adding 2 green. It's kind of like the Undergrowth Recon. You have to wait until a full cycle, whether it's your upkeep or your first main phase before combat, like Hulking Raptor, to add that 2 green. Turn it face up anytime for its mana cost if it's a creature. I don't know if I like that. I'd rather just pay. Well, I just go lead the Stampede. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Lead the Stampede for 2 and a green. I look at the top 5 cards. I can reveal any number of creatures, and I just put them into my hand, which is the same as paying this creature's mana cost. I mean, I do have creatures out, but still, if they're in my hand, they're a little bit less susceptible to removal, like these ones would eat. I don't know. We'll think about it. Hide in plain sight. Maybe this hide in plain sight is plain bad. That's not plain bad. The first one of the night. Hopefully that's a trend that continues. 2. Oh, I love it. Yeah, definitely. I'm wondering about that, Nate. 4 mana reduction on Ghalta, potentially. And speaking of reduction, how I mentioned about the Blossoming Tortoise and Mutavault last night. Making Mutavault's ability cost nothing. I make a 2/2 for nothing. I increase the total power by 2 for nothing. Well, 3, because Blossoming Tortoise makes it 3 power. And definitely, yeah, very excited to explore the Manland Blossoming Tortoise angle. But where is Archdruids Charm? Let's see it. Oh, Assassin's Trophy. I saw this card spoiled, and I thought, this is like the best removal ever. Oh my goodness. It's pretty crazy that they would make something this good. Power creep. Nuts. That's a joke. If any of you guys are wondering, this was a reprint from Return to Ravnica, something like that. But it's not used too much, and I love when it is used. They destroy permanent. It might be Castle Garenbrig. Good stuff. Give me a basic land. Put Castle Garenbrig in the graveyard, and watch me cast Blossoming Tortoise to get Castle Garenbrig back. Yeah. But still, it is pretty decent of a catch-all if you're really scared. But I think if you are having a hard time against maybe something specific, you'd bring in something a little more specific that doesn't have that drawback. Actually, I do want to talk about Aurelia, the Law Above. I was reading her last night, a couple nights ago. I may not ever use it, but whenever a player attacks with 3 or more creatures I draw a card. A player, I could attack with my own 3 creatures. The opponent could attack me with theirs. That's good. That's good. More card draw. Whenever they attack with 5 or more, I deal 3 damage to each of my opponents and I gain 3 life. So my turn, I attack with 3 or 5. Oh, excuse me. My goodness. Fizzy water. My turn, I attack with 5. Boom. 3 to them. I gain 3 life. They want to attack with 5. I gain 3 more life. That's pretty good. Maybe. It's got a lot of stuff. I just like seeing something that cares about lots of creatures attacking. Maybe it makes the opponent second guess themselves, think about attacking into this with a lot of stuff. Slows down, perhaps, aggression in some cases. That's what I first thought. I'm always keeping an eye out for something like that, since that is the most difficult part whenever a deck is super aggressive. For Stampede Dinos, at least. Not too many early creatures. Oh, whoa! It's not actually that exciting, but hey, let's do it. Let's do it. Fire is right. Even if I didn't open a copy, chances are in the draft that I'm about to do, I would have got a copy. But I just love using that clip, especially on moments where it doesn't make any sense. It's a nice little bit of contrast. Yeah, but I'm never going to outdo myself, I think, with the March of the Machine Aftermath. No, it wasn't Aftermath. Phyrexia. Yeah, March of the Machine. I lose track there. When that released, I opened Ancient Imperiosaur. I opened a playset of it with all the cards. I think it was 90 packs or something. The very last pack I opened, I finished off the playset of Ancient Imperiosaur. That was crazy. I should go back and show you guys. I think some of you were watching at that point. That was pretty cool stuff. Still the golden packs. I think I'm going to get at least one more copy of Archdruids Charm here. Okay, it's an angel. Oh, okay. Well, this is lovely stuff as well. Ansrag, the Quake Mole. I don't think I'll really be using it too much. 4 for an 8/4. That's pretty big. Whenever Ansrag becomes blocked, untap each creature you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. Chances are I don't need the additional combat phase. Probably when I put some creatures down, the opponent's deck lights out. Nah, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I could just double everybody's power. And if I double everybody's power, it's kind of like there was 2 combat phases. If my creatures have trample, more damage continues on through to the opponent and gets the job done. But this doesn't have haste, so I can't probably use his ability the turn he enters, which I would really want to do that. Maybe I could have something that might give him haste, you know. The Zenith Ghost, God of Revels, could be a potential option for that. Wow, that's pretty cool though. Flavorful, nice to see. Dorky, well, that could be problematic. Yes, damage will continue until morale improves 100%. His claws tear at the foundations of civilization as well. The flavor text for him. Damage will continue. Damage will always continue. Not so much with Doorkeeper. Well, I'm scared about this. I'm tongue-tied. That's how scared I am about this option, seeing it more often. There are a few things that do something like it, but I don't want the opponent to stop creatures entering the battlefield, stopping the triggered abilities. Ghalta Primal Hunger, Regisaur Alpha, Palani's Hatcher. Maybe Azorius Control starts to use it a little bit more. It's kind of a decent thing. It's a creature with flying. They can get in a little bit of damage, and they hurt me where I don't want to be hurt. Not a pretty sight. Well, keep it on the radar. If I start to face it a little bit too much, it's easy enough to kill. 2 toughness, flying, whatever I have to do, it's going to be gone. Not a problem. A little bit of a stumbling block, I imagine. Oh, hide in plain sight. They're trying to tell me something here. I think they're trying to tell me something. I'll maybe use it one night for fun. It is always nice to try out some of the new cards, even though I know likely that card won't stick around. Gotta have fun. I mean, I'm always having fun, whatever I'm doing, even if it is the same list, slightly tweaked night to night, or something crazy. I'm up for it. I'll open one pack at a time, because everything in these packs is good. It's a rare or a mythic from the past few sets, I believe. Everything in standard. And at least one or two rare or mythics from the most recent set. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's what it is. Doppelgang. It's kind of cool. For each of X permanents, create X tokens that are copies of that permanent. Very, very expensive. You would have to spend at least 8. Which wouldn't be too bad. If I made 2 copies of Tyrranax Rex, that'd be efficient. 2 copies of Carnage Tyrant. Things that are already very expensive. But if you don't have very expensive things, paying 8 or 5 to make 2 copies of them doesn't feel all that good. I mean, 5 for another Carnage Tyrant would be pretty good, but there is, well, certainly much cheaper stuff that can make a token, a copy of a creature you control. Yeah, so we'll see. Oh boy, Archdruids Charm. Let's get it. Yep, more shenanigans. I'm ready to face them. We'll beat them up. Beat them all up. Okay, it's not nothing. Speaking of blue shenanigans, reenact the crime. We'll see. 1 and 3 blue. Exile target non-land card in a graveyard that was put there from anywhere this turn. Copy it, and then may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. Exile target non-land card. Creature, artifact, you name it. Something bad might happen with this. Target non-land card in a graveyard. Ours, the opponent's. It is a little bit scary. What might happen? Something to watch out for. But again, there's lots of graveyard hate. It probably won't be too popular. People are already wanting to hate against Izzet Phoenix. They have the hate for that, and we'll see. We'll see if it makes waves. Alright, Archdruids Charm. Let's go. I'm picking it instantly. I don't care if I've gone into blue or some sort of color. If I'm not in green at all, if I get an Archdruids Charm in the draft, I'm grabbing it. 100%. That's pretty cool. I do want to look at the cases. We'll probably do that after the draft. There are some pretty interesting ones, and some that care about creatures with total power. Case of the Trashed Garden, something like that. But I just think in general, it's pretty cool. A nice change for enchantments here. Sagas, a little bit different. Yeah. Neat. Right, last one. Archdruids Charm coming up. 2 chances. Cryptic Coat. Oh, that's not Archdruids Charm. Okay, so I got 3 from the new set. Very interesting. At least I got 1 Archdruids. I like it. I like it. Homicide Investigator. That looks kind of scary. Whenever 1 or more non-token creatures they control die, investigate. Oh, okay. That's not scary. It only triggers once each turn. And I heard people say, well, they see this line on a lot of cards, because rightfully so. If it wasn't there, it would be abused. But I think they're using it too much. Have some stuff sneak through. Well, some fun. Or maybe they know what's coming up with some new sets and it would get too crazy. They have some options that don't have this triggering only once, or the second time you do something. Things that only happen one time, and if they happened every time, it would be extra bad. Okay, draft. Let's do it. Quick draft. I never play draft. But no, I want to draft against real people. That's where it's at. That's what I used to do with Khans of Tarkir. That's how I got my 1 Windswept Heath. That was pretty cool stuff. I still have it in my collection, but I did a rare draft of Khans of Tarkir. I didn't do good. I did some Rise of Eldrazi. That was fun. That was my best record there. I used Prophetic Prism. I made a 5-color Eldrazi ramp, and I went 2 and 2. That was pretty cool. Guess I have to look for events. Quick draft, premier draft, traditional draft. Yeah, traditional draft. Maybe the regular draft. I think that's a little bit faster. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. Off to the races. Again, I will mention, I don't draft much at all. I don't draft off camera on my phone. I only did a little bit with the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. It's not like I've looked at much of anything, the archetypes of this draft format. But it's fun. It's cool to see and get some wins. Sometimes you get lucky. Ooh, what do we like? What do we like? I like rope. Just because it's kind of cool. Clue equipment. Case of the Burning Mask. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to target creature an opponent controls. Well, I like removal. That seems to be a good thing to do in drafts. To solve it. 3 more sources we control dealt damage this turn. When it's solved, we can sacrifice it, exile the top 3 cards, choose one of them, play it this turn. Okay, well, it was pretty good. Removal. That's where it's at. Get some creatures coming up. Azorius Aggro. That does sound pretty interesting. Huh. Oh. Okay, this might be what I grab. This is what I was talking about. Well, it's no Azorius Aggro, but when it enters the battlefield, distributing 2 counters among 1 or 2 creatures we control. To solve it, creatures we control have a total power 8 or greater. That is a pretty easy hoop to jump through for dinosaurs. You know what, I'm going to grab that. I'm going to see if I go into green. I'm going to maybe try to do a Gruul list, something like that. I kind of like the looks of that. I don't exactly like the cost of its disguise. Casting it face down for 3, turning it up for 7. I put a counter on everything and give them trample. That is pretty nice. Breakout. I like Breakout. I always wanted to try it. It's like the cheaper collected company. Time to grab a creature. Man. This is difficult, but we'll get them. We'll get them. I going to have enough creatures that I hit, or enough creatures to hit with Breakout here. Looking at the top 6, reveal a creature from among them. If it's mana value 2 or less, put it onto the battlefield. Gains haste, lovely stuff. If I didn't put the revealed card onto the battlefield, I put it into my hand. Decent. I dig for something. I like that. Keep up the consistency, whatever game plan I'm doing. Riftborn Hellion. 6/7 reach. Oh, I kind of like that. It's kind of like 6 for a 6/7 reach. Disguise. We play it for 3, turn it up for 6. Originally it cost, or normally it costs 7. Yeah, I'll go for that. But try to find some more creatures that cost 2. You know what, I kind of like that. Quite a bit, actually. Just making use of the graveyard. It's kind of like a delve, but if a lot of stuff has been killed or milled, I just collect evidence 6, exiling cards with a total mana value 6 or greater. Put a counter on target creature and gain 2 life. Decent for 2. Or 2 for a 2/4 reach, gain 2 life. That's alright by me. Just having some stuff with reach, which we already have with the Rift Burst Helion. I like it. Hellion. Hellion, I think that's how you pronounce it. 16 rares though, that's pretty good. All I need is Archdruids Charm. It's pretty fantastic when you need only 1 or 2 cards from a new set. Maybe a few more than that. Easy to get enough. Two caught red-handed. That is interesting to see 2 of the same card in a pack. Do I like it? Not so much. Concealed weapon. I want a little bit of equipment. It looks pretty cool. Nasty sword there. Oh, I definitely collector. I'm going to be grabbing it 100%. That's a nasty thing, especially if I can get trample on it. Branch of Vitugazi. That's interesting. One more Hellion. Probably too much. 1 is enough. I would imagine this is draft, but we'll grab it. A big beater. If we get there, if I can make some sort of ramp, get some ramp going on, we'll see. I was kind of amused when I saw this spoil, the Killer Among Us, making a human, a merfolk, and a goblin, secretly choosing one of them. It's kind of nice. It almost seems like an unset card, a joke card. But definitely excited for that Axebane Ferox. Oh, nasty stuff. The chase is on. I'm definitely not in Azoria's colors, that's for sure. So, okay. That's alright. Target creature gains +3/+3 and trample. I'll take it. But what do I want to take now? Pick your poison. You know what I'll do? Pick your poison. I hear that's pretty decent. If you have to take out an artifact or an enchantment, something problematic, or a creature with flying, for 1 green, it's gone. Love it. Slam against humanity. Good stuff. Vengeful Creeper. Nah, it's not going to be it. Case of... Alright, we're doing it. 2 case of the Burning Masks. Decent bit of removal there. Sprinkle in maybe a couple more. Something like that. Oh, absolutely. Axebane Ferox, I think it's going to effectively have hexproof often enough. I mean, if we get it early enough, it might have hexproof for a couple turns. I could see that being a real possibility. Sticking around, lovely creature. Yeah. I like having this. There wasn't too many other options in my colors. You know, if the game goes long, this is gonna just end it right there. But again, hopefully I can find some way to ramp, add a little bit of mana, maybe reduce the cost of disguise, because a disguise cost of 7 is a little bit of an uphill battle. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Flourishing Bloom King. Pretty good, not that it seems I'm going mono green, but still I'll have, I think, enough forest to make this thing pretty big, I would imagine. Oh, Finn the Fangbearer, that is nasty stuff. Got even better with the toxic cards from Phyrexia, those few sets there. It's a very problematic deck. Poison or toxic in general, just elevating it. Maybe you have a little bit of proliferate just to tick up those counters on your opponent, and you can get some very surprising nasty wins that the opponent might not have. They might not be able to do anything about it, which is pretty good. Wrench. Not Wrench. This. I almost thought Wrench was, well, it wasn't green. Sample Collector. Well, we're doing that. Whenever it attacks, collect evidence. When we do put a counter on target creature I control. Okay, make things a little bit bigger. Make use of the graveyard, although it doesn't seem like it's going to be super full. Well, I like that. That's definitely going in. Case of the Shattered Pact. When it enters, search for a basic land. Love it. We solve it if there are 5 colors among permanents we control. Okay, well that might not happen much. I guess I maybe should have read that. But I do like grabbing a basic land. Now, hopefully we get an Axebane Ferox. Let's do it. Or Archdruids Charm. Yeah. Ooh. 2 candlesticks. That's very odd again. What's going on here? Does one have alternate art or something? I know that's going around. Maybe. Depending on the foil version of some cards. Well, I should be hitting my land drops at the very least with a couple case of the Shattered Past. It would be cool if I could get, permanents. I guess if we get that ley line, creatures are every color, that would meet the requirement of case of the Shattered Past. Well, that's not Archdruids Charm. Darn. That's a tough one. Grab Rakdos. Okay. That is good stuff. It is always nice when there is a fantastic new addition that they add to the game, and it's so clear whether, it's a Axebane, Ferox, anything like that. Haste, Death Touch, lovely. Hexproof for a few turns. That is really quite impactful. Yeah, let's do it. Topiary Panther, it's not a Topiary Stomper, sadly. But it's still pretty good. If we need a basic land, boom, we're going to get it. Or if we see it later on, lovely. We've got a 6/5 trample. Fantastic stuff. I think there's a decent amount of creatures in here. Might be able to make the magic happen. I think roughly you're supposed to have around 17 or something like that. Okay. A Killer Among Us, it is. 3 A Killer Among Us. I imagine since I've got 3 copies, maybe it's not the greatest thing in the world, but I like making a bunch of creatures. I'll do another Pick Your Poison. Oh boy, not a whole lot of ramping, but if I get there, when I get there, it is going to be nasty for the opponent. Okay, we finally got a little bit of ramp for those disguises, face down creatures, adding a red and a green. Good. It's getting a little bit worried there. Hopefully I see this copy of it, or I get a second copy. That'd be pretty helpful indeed. Tin Street Gossip, let's see it. I think that could be a possibility. 1 mana, 1/1 Death Touch. There have been a few of those in the past, but just elevating that, spicing it up a little bit, that's pretty reasonable. If the opponent is able to target them pretty easily, I don't see any problem with making something like that. It's fragile, but it has even better potential than just the 1/1 Death Touch, scaring away any creature of any size. If it doesn't have trample, it's probably not attacking, because this little snake or this little scorpion or whatever creature it is will just take it out. Very, very satisfying indeed. Interesting deck. Gruel. I don't even know what to call it, but yeah. Magnetics, no. Rakdos, no, don't need Rakdos, yeah. Suspicious Detonation, chances are I'm not going to have too many artifacts to sacrifice. I'd really want to be spending 2 for this, dealing 4 damage to a creature. I'm alright with the case of the Burning Masks. Pretty decent. Steal a creature? Maybe. I'll keep it in mind. Yeah, I kind of love A Killer Among Us. I got a few, we'll use it, but making 3 creatures, it's pretty cool. Now if I can only put counters on everybody, which I get to do potentially with the Green Belt Radical, hopefully powered out by the Tin Street Gossip. I'm keeping the Hellion in there. Let me see. Gruel Splashback. I could see that. Splash and black for Rakdos. Yeah, we're doing that. Easy enough. And also, case of the Shattered Pack, that is going to help me grab the mountain or the swamp or whatever I need to get there. See it a little bit easier. I think that's, that's a pretty reasonable possibility. Magnetic Snuffler. I don't have many equipments. When it enters the battlefield, return target equipment from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to the Snuffler. We're not going to be doing too much of that. Fender at large. Well, our deck is still a little bit too large. We've got to trim something. Somewhere. Topiary Panther as well. So with this, plus the 2 case of the Shattered Pact, I'm going to be able to see that swamp pretty easily, I would imagine, and cast Rakdos pretty well. I could even see myself trimming 1 single copy, but it is nice I have this public thoroughfare. Enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters, sacrifice it unless we tap an untapped artifact or land we control. Hey, it's pretty good. It fixes, and we certainly need a little bit of fixing, slightly more for this Rakdos here. Ooh, that's gonna pack a punch if we can land it, but I think we'll be landing it. Okay, there we go. Good to go. I was thinking of keeping in all the Pick Your Poison and the Rift Burst Hellion, whatchamacallit, the big worm there. But we got lots of creatures, plenty, I think. We'll get them. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I'm feeling good about Rakdos. That was a fantastic suggestion. But yeah, after thinking about it, I can search for basic lands, grab exactly what I need, and it's pretty decent. I would imagine I get another source of red somewhere in there. I'll try for something a little bit, maybe less expensive though. I'll keep it again. The case is going to grab my first mountain that I need for the cases of the Burning Masks. Fine by me. For one of them. Definitely want to keep the sample collector here and get some body down. Mountain time. All right. Whenever, anytime they do play a creature, we're going to be taking it out. Pretty good. But to solve, 3 or more sources we control dealt damage. That could be a little rough, and it's not combat damage, which is pretty interesting. As long as they deal damage either to an opponent's creature or... Okay, it's a 2/2 flyer. Now let's kill it. Chances are there could be something nastier, possibly. Might as well get it out of the way. Okay, that would have been good to get rid of, I guess. Ooh. Actually, I'm already at 5. We're going to be playing this face down. We're going to be getting to 7. Able to turn it up at some point here. I like that. Seems pretty decent. Making a 1/1 Thopter with flying, haste. It's not the most flashy card in the world, but yeah. Mystery Key, what's that do? That's pretty good. Pick your poison. They sacrifice the mystery key. I'll take it. Whenever a crypt creature deals combat damage to a player, sacrifice mystery key. If you do, draw 3 cards. Well, see you later. There we go. Sad I only have 1 card in my graveyard to collect evidence. It only has a mana value of 1. A little bit rough. But flipping up the Green Belt Radical, hopefully I see another creature just to gain a little bit more benefit when I do that next turn. That's alright, that's alright. Okay, next turn we're gonna get him. Yaris, Roar of the Old Gods. I actually had thought of potentially using that in Dinos. Other creatures you control have haste. You know how much I love Regisaur Alpha and Palani's Hatcher. Giving all the dinosaurs haste, that's very good. This as well as another option, but it does care about face down stuff. And I'm not doing a whole lot of face down things. At the very least, I'm able to block something. Now it's dead. Nash, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. Well, pretty good. This is the first game so far. A little bit rough. No, I'm just happy I have enough to collect evidence for the sample collector here. They're all big. They get bigger. Beautiful. They both threaten Yaris, War of the Old Gods. I'll take it. I don't think they're going to kill me next turn. Probably not. I was a little bit worried having this Greenbelt Radical in here, seeing a disguise cost of 7. But hey, draft games, I guess, as they tend to go, sometimes they drag on. You never know who you're going to face, what it is. It's a mismatch of cards. And unoptimized for sure. So there is the chance, I guess, to build up and get enough to spend that. But hopefully Rakdos. Rakdos would be nice to see next turn. They must have some creatures, something. Well, at the very least, we got another case of the Burning Masks. That's good. Taking out the harried Dronesmith. I like it. Now would they have something up their sleeve? We have enough to kill them. They probably have some sort of removal for ours, but I don't think they're going to kill us anymore. We'll see. Yeah. I'll put it on the bottom. I want Rakdos. Oh, it's going to be good. At least Nash. I opened up 1 copy of Archdruids Charming. That's how it goes. I didn't go into this with any expectations other than having a good time and using some cards that I wouldn't normally use. Yeah. I could get my heart into sealed. I wish I had time to do Lost Caverns of Ixalan sealed pre-releases and whatnot. That would have been pretty fun. But it wasn't the case, unfortunately. Again, kids, and usually this is about the only thing I can do when I have time. Streaming, kind of late at night, but it gets the job done. I have fun still. I do as much as I can, whatever I can, whenever I can. Okay. Ooh, is this okay? I don't think so. Tunnel Tipster, it's nice to see. Pretty cute card. I like seeing Rakdos, yeah. Alright, it's good. It's good. We're on the same page. I appreciate it. You guys appreciate it. If you can watch right away. I know most of you sleep. Or you might be sleeping. You might be listening or watching to this later on. You know what? I'm going to send that case to the bottom. I only have one source of red. Chances are I'm going to see another one for it, but at least I can play everything that I have right now. At least the way I'm doing things here right now with the channel, it's for longevity. I'm not being something, doing something that I'm not. It's exactly what I want, and I know I can see myself doing this again and again. Whatever time I have, I'll just fill it with this. I don't think I'll ever get burnt out. Hardcore. 2 for a 2/2 haste. Huh. Would they have removal for it? Maybe. Although I do like the ramp of Tunnel Tipster. Really should have kept an eye out for that. And if I'd seen it, grab it a little bit more. Maybe chances are other people grab the Tunnel Tipster instead, because it does have that potential to ramp, which is really what I'm wanting. Glad that I've got the mountain here, so hopefully, if all goes well, we'll be seeing Rakdos on turn 5 with the ramp from the Tipster. Pretty good. Yeah, let's get this case down. Get the Tunnel Tipster. I hope. Crossing my fingers they don't have instant speed removal. But at the very least, it would be nice to make this guy a little bit tougher. Okay, oh boy, they're gonna kill him. Maybe not. I'll wait. I don't imagine they'd do anything to him because he was attacking, but I'm not gonna risk it. I want Rakdos. Even if the Tipster goes down, I still will get this. Maybe they're waiting for something bigger. I could see that being a possibility. Hey, you know what? Let's get a Killer Among Us instead. We'll wait. And I only have 5 this turn anyway, so this is good. This might draw out something that the opponent has. And we will solve this probably case of the Trampled Garden when I play Rakdos next turn. Huh. Well, they got a little bit of removal. Instant speed, maybe. Okay, we drew out a combat trick. That's good. Spend some more mana. You know you wanna. Oh boy, here goes nothing. Cross your fingers, he lives. Oh, it looks like he does. Good. Oh, this is not a... Oh, I drew 2 cards. Oh. All right, we got a 6/6 flying trampled, drawing 2 cards at the beginning of each of our end steps. That's going downhill for them. I like this. Exciting. Well, they certainly don't have removal. They would have used it immediately, and it might be pretty difficult to take out Rakdos. There's Pick Your Poison, but the opponent is not in that. Ooh, okay.
Ruthless aggression.
Yeah, definitely ruthless. When you're attacking with that one goblin token from a Killer Among Us, it's just kind of cool. That one thing makes a human, a goblin, and a merfolk. Very, very flavorful indeed. Hey, I gotta win. I would be happy... at least 3 wins, 1,000 gems. So I turn 1 draft token into 1,000 gems. That's pretty decent. And I get 2 packs. I think anything after 3 wins, ooh, icing on the cake. But an extra 1,000 gems, that's good. I have 7,300, so I could easily buy the Mastery Pass. I don't think I will. Lord Judgment, I love it. I love it. I will probably do some Lost Caverns of Ixalan draft down the line once it comes back. I'm pretty sure it's gone away, but it does rotate. And I do love drafting in paper. It's always fun to see what you get and walk home with a bunch of new cards. Interesting. Maybe. This breakout, that could be good. We look at the top 6, reveal a creature from among them. 2 or less, maybe not. If we could reveal a creature or a land, that would be pretty good. You know what, we'll keep it. I think there's a very good chance I at least get to the 3rd land, hoping that it's red for Case of the Burning Masks there. Oh yeah, he definitely gave up Collector. Oh, there we go. That's pretty good. I'm going to try for a breakout. Tunnel Tipster. Boom. What's not to love about that? And it has haste. Watch out. Poking him. Scary, scary stuff. Maybe this is that Azorius aggro you're mentioning. You know what? We'll take the turn off with that. Might as well. We have to do that particular scenario just to save it, but now I'm fixed. I've got red or a source of black for Rakdos if I see him again. Which hopefully I see him again. That was devastating stuff. Oh yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's hard to keep track of. It certainly seems pretty wacky. All the disguising and the collecting evidence. A lot of new stuff is going on. Yeah. Well, definitely buying a house. That would take up a lot of attention. Yeah, we're taking out that case. Or, not the case, the Projector Inspector. We get rid of a creature that the opponent had with 3 power. That's pretty good. I like it. Yeah. I think that was the best change. An easy enough splash for Rakdos there. Chances are when I get enough mana, 6, I've seen that swamp. Either I draw it, or the Case of the Shattered Past, or this Public Thoroughfare. A very good chance to see that black source. Ooh. Let me think. Yeah, good old Killer Among Us. Make a bunch of tokens. Split it up with Case of the Trampled Garden. Put them on the Goblin or the Human or something like that. Secretly suspect the Human. But I don't know how you wouldn't expect a Goblin with a face like that. Oh yes, definitely. It's pretty interesting. It's nice. Well, sometimes it's not so nice. You would hope that they bring back a particular effect or an element of the game exactly as it was. But I'm pretty sure when they do it, when they don't bring back something as it was, it's because it was a little bit problematic. Yeah. Topiary Panther, that's pretty good. 2/5. Can't quite play it right now. All right. I'll save that Topiary Panther. Impactful, a 6/5 trample. Pretty nasty stuff. Ruthless aggression. That's what we're doing. Really should have read about the red herring that it had to attack, but we solved Case of the Burning Masks, and that's what it's all about. Sacrificing it next turn, exiling the top 3 cards, a little bit of card advantage, getting likely that 6th land that I need for the Topiary Panther here. But that Cold Case Cracker, two Cold Case Crackers, that is scary. Yeah, hopefully it disguises that. It is a pretty flavorful thing. Disguised, hidden. I mean, Ravnica maybe would have been a little bit nicer if they had gone some other plane. We've been to Ravnica quite a bit, but it's not like it's Ravnica. This is full-on murder, mystery. It definitely doesn't really feel like Ravnica, so I'm okay with that. And it has tons of backstory, so it's easy to work things in easier. We're going Topiary Panther this turn. A nice big creature, and then we'll see what we draw next turn. Probably solve the case. Exile a bunch of cards, play one of those, plus the Sample Collector. That'd be pretty good. I have to keep up a little bit of aggression though, because the Cold Case Cracker that's going to do the trick. I'm just happy I solved the case of the Trampled Garden now. Yes, Rodrigo, this is draft. I did one draft, I had a token, thought I might as well see how it goes, see how fast it goes, but I'll probably do at least one match of regular Explorer Dinos, adding in, you know what, Archdruids Charm after we're done here. Ooh. Definitely, those 3 3s. There's a good case to play Cold Case Cracker, because just a, that's not great. Okay, well, maybe we'll make some good stuff happen. I do like when this case is solved, Case of the Trampled Garden. Whenever we attack, we put a counter on a creature and it gains trample. It seems pretty decent. Decent-ish. Alright, good stuff. Crack it. Let's get something good. Make somebody big. And beat him up. Okay, well, that's not nothing. Concealed weapon, that is going to be pretty nice. Slap it on the human. The thing that doesn't have trample, but that's also pretty big. I actually like this. We collect evidence 6, we gain a bit of life, we make somebody bigger. It's going to be our best bet at this point. Right. All in. Oh boy. I certainly don't think it's enough. They have 3 creatures to block, but hey, ruthless aggression. If we're going to have a chance, it's attacking with the most power and big creatures with trample. That's a pretty scary human. I would now expect this human, that's for sure. It's big, it's powerful, it's got a concealed weapon. Who wouldn't suspect this? A decent amount of damage, not enough to get the job done. but still pretty good. Close. If only one of those trampling creatures was just a little bit bigger, we would have done it. Darn. At least I got one win, but again, I'm hoping to get 3 here. Ooh. It's not too bad. I've had worse drafts, that's for sure. Just never seeing anything. Painful stuff. It was pretty cool though. Making something so big, having a big creature with trample, then that case of the Shattered Garden. Shattered Garden? I'm gonna lose track. I'm gonna mix up the cases, that's for sure. Huh. Case of the Trampled Garden. It's case of the Shattered Past, Trampled Garden. Yeah, no, keep it. Topiary Panther. Possibly cycle that away just to get my source of red, my first source. Maybe. Ooh. I think that's going to be it. Yeah, that's what we're doing with the Panther. Corvod Haunch, though. 1 white. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. It's alright. Something. I have my land for the turn. Let's do it. Let's wait. I'll get this down at the very least. I have a creature down. Case of Trampled Garden. When I play it next turn, I put the counters on that thing. Make it a 4/4, and that might be pretty good actually. Okay, that's pretty neat. Gearbane Orangutan. When it enters the battlefield, choose 1, destroy up to 1 target artifact, but they paid 2, sacrificed it. Oh, actually, no, they didn't. So they destroyed this, and when it's put into a graveyard, they may pay 2. And if they do, create 2 dog creature tokens. Okay. Oh no, they sacrificed and put 2 counters. I should really read the card. Reading the card explains the card. Alright, at least I have a 4/4. Pretty decent. Something. We're flipping it. Well, undisguising it. Revealing it. Whatever it's called when you turn it face up. I guess flipping it. But it's disguised. I think I would want a term that was a little bit more flavorful than that. Revealing. Surprising. Huh. We could take that out. Pick your poison, though, is only sorcery. We can take out Red Herring as well, which is... it's not nothing. Case of the Shattered Pact, though. And that's what we're doing. Got our first source of red here. Now, get rid of that herring before they can spend some mana to sacrifice it. That's pretty good. If they had enough mana to do so, it would have been painful. Or is it? Paying 2, sacrificing it to draw a card. I don't like that. Okay, Boros, aggro, something like that. Painful. Ooh, down to 3. That's that does tend to do the trick. Well, a killer among us would... Actually, we're killed by the Market Watch Phantom. Potentially. Wow, it's got to be a killer among us. We need creatures to block. Buy ourselves some time. I hope. Hopefully they don't have a cheap creature that... okay. That tends to do the trick. Flying. Darn. But hey, I got a bunch of cards at the very least. I didn't get an Archdruids Charm, but we're going to be getting that and jumping into a match real quick here. I'm kind of just happy I got at least one win. I got a pack. It's not nothing. At least. See what it is. Something good. Archdruids Charm. That's what it's going to be. The sweeper of the set. No witnesses. Well, there's definitely going to be witnesses, because chances are I still have some dinos. I hold back. They play this, and the dinosaurs witness the awful sweeping that happened, and they're going to get revenge. You have to have no witnesses, otherwise my dinos are going to get you. It's pretty good. Each player who controls the most creatures investigates. Maybe chances are that's going to be me if this is being used in some sort of control deck. They probably don't have much, so at the very least I investigate. I get something from the sweeper. We'll see. But Archdruids Charm coming up. 16 rare wild cards. That's enough for me. I only have to redeem 3 for the charm. Oh, beautiful. Actually, I should see what the alternate art costs. I imagine it's going to be discounted at some point here. Okay, so it can't be purchased at this time. I imagine that's probably because it's an event reward, something like that. Yeah. Sylvan Scrying, we'll trim that right away. Like I was thinking, I might use Sylvan Scrying and Archdruids Charm, but for the most part, I think often enough, this is going to be the upgraded Sylvan Scrying, even though sometimes I would rather Sylvan Scrying. It costs 1 and a green. I can play it a turn sooner. Yeah, we'll see. Pretty straightforward. Upgrade right there. Let's get him. Sparky, get out of the way. I'm trying to get into a match here. Oh, yeah. I don't know where to find anything. Yeah. Hopefully they fix some of those glitches, but I'm pretty sure I've heard that there is still a few hanging around, lingering. That's good. Choosing the right one. Oftentimes I do misclick and choose the wrong thing, alchemy or timeless. This would be pretty rough if I went into timeless. It's pretty nasty what I can do with Stampede dinos, but also I would want to do this even nastier with all the cards I could potentially use. That would be making it even more busted. Okay, there we go. We got my 3 sources of green. Sunken Citadel, that's what we're choosing. Maybe I draw another Sunken, a Castle Garenbrig. Archdruids Charm grabs this Sunken and puts it onto the battlefield in the turn. And that's going to be potentially even more impactful. Better than Sylvan Scrying. Oh, 2 Archdruids Charm. I can live with this. Yeah. No thoughtseies. Oh, no. Okay, well, Archdruids Charm, when I have a creature, enter, that's pretty good. Once I get a creature down, which I will, Carnage Tyrant, I'm grabbing Castle Garenbrig. Actually, I can play Tyrranax Rex. I'm grabbing Castle Garenbrig. Cavern of Souls will get me access to... I like this. I like this indeed. On that turn 3, I could have cast Sylvan Scrying just to grab Castle Garenbrig. But Archdruids Charm, I'm grabbing Castle Garenbrig and putting it out, and I have Cavern. This is what it's all about. Oh, we got Asrak the Archlich shenanigans. I don't like this. Well, but maybe the opponent won't like this. Oh boy. Watch out. The first... Oh my goodness. The three Tyrranax Rexes. This is going to be the best chance possible for whatever this opponent is doing. Watch out. But Asrek, the Archlich, always very scary. When it enters, you venture into a dungeon, and sometimes it's not fun. I always suspect something's happening. Something's up. Ooh, 2 Hushbringers. What is going on? Okay, make it 2/2. They die. Alright. Both Tyrranax Rexes are at least connecting for 1 point of damage, which means they get...
Ruthless aggression!
Oh, shucks. Doesn't matter what life you're at. Smoked. Ooh, what's about to happen? Boom. Pretty decent stuff. Okay. I like that. But you do have to have enough lands. You want to be hitting the drops for the first 4 turns. Archdruids Charm, grabbing an extra land and putting it out. And then if you also keep hitting those drops like I did, if I didn't have that Cavern of Souls, well, I still would have been able to play Carnage Tyrant, but I wouldn't have been able to start going Tyrranax Rex on turn 4. And I already had a bunch. One is good, but the opponent could likely make me sacrifice it. I might not have enough aggression. But 2, definitely get the job done. 3, make sure. If you can play 1 Tyrranax Rex on turn 4, you might as well just keep playing them. Just keep doing it. Lock things up. Make extra certain you'll get them. Okay, something... they still didn't fix the glitch. My goodness. I think I'll leave it there for now. I didn't feel too worried about the deck. It seems like I don't know. A Mardu hodgepodge. Something. Hey, I got 3 sources of green. Again, I think because I'm using Archdruids Charm, the only source of green, or the only source that can't make green for Archdruids, I'm going to keep it as Cavern of Souls. No other land like this. No secluded courtyard or that sort of thing. It's not happening. Creatures entering the battlefield or dying don't cause abilities to trigger. Well, Up the Beanstalk is not a creature, so that's good. But Hushbringer is not great. It turns off Palani's Hatcher and Regisaur Alpha. Ooh. I mean, we lose a bunch of creatures that don't do a whole lot. Palani's Hatcher, just 5 for a 5/3. I don't make those eggs, sadly. That's no fun. But at least I will be able to play Carnage Tyrant and Tyrranax Rex eventually here. I got my Sunken Citadels, and I'll play Ghalta Stampede Tyrant 8. Okay. Yeah, discard something that wasn't doing much. 8 for just a 12/12. Okay.
It's a trap!
Another one. Huh. I'll take it. Where's that Castle Garenbrig? Where is Archdruids Charm when you need it? Take out those annoying creatures. I don't know. Somebody must have hurt this opponent to be playing Strict Proctor and Hushbringer. Huh. Interesting. Well, they're screwed in the mana department. So at least that's a little bit fortunate for us. Blossoming Tortoise? Maybe Okay. Well, I don't get its enter the battlefield effect, but when it attacks, maybe it will mill that Castle Garenbrig I'm desperately looking for. Okay, I see what's up. I'll have him make a 2/2. Yeah, I really want to attack with the Blossoming Tortoise. I got Castle Garenbrig, good stuff. It is tapped, sadly. We are mostly dead. Yeah, no, we're dead. We're not surviving that. Flooded. Over flooded. Unfortunately. It would have been nice to at least cast Ghalta, dig. Maybe one of the cards that I draw from Up the Beanstalk's triggers would be the Tyrranax Rex and Carnage Tyrant. Just a little bit unfortunate that I didn't see any of them. I don't think Bedrock Tortoise is going to be super impactful. It seems like they're using the strict Proctor and the Hushbringer, turning off the drawback, enter the battlefield effects of their own creatures and hurting ours, sadly. And it really hurts. But at least I have these guys. Yeah, keep it like that. Just unfortunate I didn't see one of the 4 Carnage Tyrants or one of the 4 T-Rexes. Ooh. I could risk it. That's a pretty good possibility. I'm tempted. Okay, that's better. A little bit better. 2 communes? Actually, no. I'm just going to send Palani's Hatcher right to the bottom. We know what they have. 4 Hushbringers, 4 strict Proctors. Palani's Hatcher probably is not doing a whole lot. Definitely Tyrranax Rex is a difference maker. Nah. I have my land for next turn. I'm at least going to hit it. We'll start to use Commune. I don't need to lose 2 life if I don't have to. Good. Sunken Citadel. Ooh, still no Sunken Citadel. That is odd. Already 5, 9, 2. We're like a third of the way, almost a third of the way through the deck, and we're still not seeing a Sunken. Unfortunate. Hopefully next turn at the very least, or Archdruids Charm. That would be helpful. Power out T-Rex. Let's do it. Maybe Up the Beanstalk draws it. Not quite. We'll get there. I can make 6 next turn, hopefully drawing Carnage Tyrant. That would be a lovely body to get down, and just hoping they don't have something that makes me sacrifice it. Ooh, Kroxa, that's not great. I really want Carnage Tyrant to threaten Kroxa. Make him croak. Oh boy. I like the looks of that. Mostly we are dead though. Sadly, if it was any other deck, I would feel really good. Just the fact they have Hushbringer, so much pain. Archdruids Charm, if I land somebody, even if it was Palani's Hatcher, and I don't get to make those eggs, it's a creature, and then Archdruids would remove it, so I'm really thinking I combine Archdruids and a few Sylvan Scryings, perhaps. That would be nice. Maybe. Could I survive? No, I couldn't. Tyrranax Rex at the very least would have threatened Kroxa, but we were too low by that point. Well, it started off fantastically game 1. Very, very fortunate, seeing exactly what we needed. But even if you go a third of the way through your deck, roughly, you're 20 cards down, you would hope to see maybe one of 8 things, one of those 8 big scary dinos, and sometimes you don't. There is always a slim chance that you won't see something. A fringe case Statistically, it feels bad. You think the game's against you, but there's not a 0% chance. And if you play something long enough, you're going to see a lot of fringe scenarios. You're going to be prepared for a lot of things, though, at least. All right. I think I'll leave it there for tonight. That was pretty good. I was happy to at least get a match in. Thanks, everybody, for watching right now, later on, whenever it was. Man, Archdruids Charm, that's going to be charming. Charming its way into the dinosaur deck. Mine, at least. Heavily into green. Maybe it doesn't make as much sense for some of you guys who are, you know, kind of more towards red and green. Triple green could be definitely a little bit rough. I want to see it as often as possible, and likely on turn 3, I would imagine. So a Cavern of Souls, a Secluded Courtyard, and Unclaimed Territory as one of the first 3 lands. Too much of that sort of stuff might be a little bit rough. By the way, it's still easy enough to cast. All right. Leave it there for now. Peace. Have a good one.